What's up guys, OraMagi here, back again with another video, and welcome to That Got Me Thinking, or TGMT for short, little series thing that I do whenever I have a thought-provoking topic that I've come across, and I present it to you in the hopes of generating meaningful discussion. NANI? 2 videos in 1 week? What's going on? It's all gone to shit! So for those of you who keep up to date on my videos regularly, then you would have noticed that the previous 2 videos I uploaded, links to those in the description down below, have been recorded in a somewhat new location. I say somewhat because it's not really new, I'm still in my room, but I've just decided to come back to my chair. I've gone back full circle. If you've been here since the beginning, then you know that I used to do this whole desk setup kind of thing for my first few videos, and it turns out that, you know, back in my room, it's actually the most optimal recording location. I get better audio quality, I get better lighting, and it actually just makes for better video quality. But what about the wall? The wall! The wall! The wall! The wall? The wall! What about my anime titties in the background? Fear not. Fear not. The wall is fine. Look, alright, look, come here. Come here. Look, you see? Alright, that's me. That's the mic. That's the increase. There's the increased mic quality. And look, there it is. There's the wall. There's the wall. Perfectly fine. The anime titties are safe. Alright. Don't worry. I wouldn't betray the anime titty. They're fine. They're safe. Don't worry about it. The wall is okay. But we're not here for any of that. We are here today. We're gathered here today because I am going to be teaching you how to harness your inner dragon energy. So let's just get straight into it. One of the first stories that caught my eye and prompted this video was the story surrounding the Korean artist Nardak, who's also known as the illustrator for the isekai light novel series Isekai Cheat Magician. She became caught up in a controversy of sorts. I use the word controversy very loosely. XD Global, the Korean publishers of Azur Lane, or as they shall henceforth be known as XD, they commissioned Nardak for a piece of work that eventually appeared on the game's login screen on April 27th, where it caught the eye of a few special Korean Azur Lane fans. That's me putting it very lightly. This group of players recognized the art as being that of Nardak and protested that it be removed from the game because the artist Nardak associates with an anti-social organization. Anti-social organization? Oh my god, what does she do? Is she secretly racist? Does she hate children? Oh, the horror! Oh, what woes has she committed? Surprisingly enough, it's none of the above, and the anti-social organization in question was feminism. These kind of people that make a really bad name for denizens of the internet in general and fans of anime style artwork and all that stuff. They make a bad name for the rest of us, for the good guys. It's these kind of people who do that. Oh, how can you be so fucking stupid? Nardak had apparently at some point liked a feminist tweet which offended some of the Korean Azur Lane fan base. When I initially came across this story, I was like hoping that I was reading some kind of satire article on Anime Maru. I'll link the actual article down below. This is real. Very sadly, this is a real thing which has happened, and people. When the cries of this outrageous protest reached the ears of someone over at XD Global, they then promptly asked Nardak if she was associated with any kind of anti-social organizations, and get this, with no mention of feminism, even though what they were clearly protesting about was feminism. Apparently someone over at XD Global didn't mention this, which means that Nardak, of course not knowing what they were actually talking about, denied the statement. And wait for it, because it gets so much better. XD Global then asked Nardak to publicly tweet, and I quote, "I have no relation to antisocial groups and I do not support feminism." That's a That's a good hearty XD right there. Just slap the XD on it. That's a good one. And sadly, but as expected, upon refusing to adhere to XD Global's, quite frankly, outrageous request, her art was promptly removed from the game. That's right, for refusing to denounce what she is interested in, refusing to make such a stupid and quite honestly baseless statement, her hard work was just cut off, gone, done with it. It's no more. Like, for my personal take on it, as you probably could have guessed from my reactions, this is absolutely stupid. The sheer thought that feminism in Korea apparently is associated with an antisocial movement seems so backwards to me. I genuinely had no idea that this was the case, and then for someone's hard work to then be shunned and removed, or rather for the hard work to be removed and for the artist to then be shunned because of this, because of these backwards ass beliefs, it seems so ridiculous to me. It seems so stupid. Rightfully so, after this whole fiasco, Nardak then went on to publicly criticize the Azulane fanbase and XD Global for even associating feminism with an antisocial movement in the first place, and good on her. Good on her, that's the right thing to do. And here's what really irks me, here's what really gets me about this, is that it's the actions of one stupid group that are now going to deprive the rest of the player base of this wonderful artwork. Like, this is why I believe in most instances, and I'll get in depth into this in the rest of the video, that the art should be treated separately from the artist. There is no evidence that Nardak's beliefs in feminism influenced the way in which she created this piece of work. It's not like the character is wearing a shirt saying "woo feminism" or anything along those lines. There is no way that you make that connection unless you recognize the piece of work as being Nardak's. And even then, just keep this shit to yourself. Why would you deprive the entire player base of this wonderful piece of work because you apparently have some kind of crusade and vendetta against Nardak and maybe just feminism in general? Like, who hurt you? Who hurt you to the point where you're gonna start this whole rigmarole and get someone's hard work removed and nullified because their views don't agree with yours? Like, that is just the epitome of stupidity. And what do you guys think? Of course, there's more that I want to discuss in this video, but again, in the comments down below or on social media, hit me up. I want to know what you guys think about this particular scenario. Was it handled well? Was Nardak in the right? I've let you know my thoughts, so I would very much like to know yours. Let's move on. Recently, what I'd assume is a taboo name in the anime industry and wider anime community has resurfaced. Nobuhiro Watsuki. If that name doesn't ring any bells to you, then here's a quick rundown on who he is and what he did to make his name taboo. Watsuki is the creator of the series Rurouni Kenshin, or Samurai X as it's known in the wider anime community, which was serialized in Weekly Shonen Jump from 1994 to 1999. The series has an established fanbase and the work is definitely critically acclaimed, having received an anime series and multiple live-action films that have been highly rated, which, if you watch anime and watch live-action films, you'll know to have a highly rated live-action film based off of a manga or an anime is actually a rarity. But enough singing his praises. Last autumn, Watsuki was charged with possession of child pornography, which consisted of multiple DVDs of nude girls in their early teens performing sexual acts. Now that's disgusting and that's completely wrong. Don't get it twisted. I'm not here to discuss about whether that's right or wrong. There is no discussion for something like that, but what I'm here to discuss is the effect of his actions on his pre-existing work. Now, the punishment for child pornography in Japan is up to a year in prison or a 1 million yen fine, or which is equal to about £6,665. But Watsuki was let off easily, yes, let off easily for the crime of possessing child pornography by only having to pay a fine of 200,000 yen, which is equal to about £1,338. That's the equivalent of just a little slap on the wrist. That's all he got. Now, I'm pretty sure that when the Rurouni Kenshin Hokkaido arc ends, so will Nobuhiro Watsuki's career. I highly highly doubt that any other publisher will take him on after what he's been convicted of. Alright, let's wrap this up because my mental was about to go boom. Yeah, one man can't handle all this stupidity! What's wrong? When the actions of someone like Watsuki are made public, what does that do to Rurouni Kenshin? What does that do to his art? What does that do to the people who have fallen in love with that world and subscribed to it? Do the people who grew up reading Rurouni Kenshin go and burn all of their books? Do the people who have cosplayed as characters from the series go and burn their cosplays and delete all of their photos? Do the people who have tattooed symbols and imagery from the series on their bodies go and fork over extravagant amounts of money for a tattoo removal service? Or are they just simply forced to live with the symbols created by a convicted paedophile forever? My stance, and this is usually my stance that can be applied to everything and anything that happens in this fucked up shitty world of ours, is that in 99% of cases, the art should be treated as a separate entity independent of the actions of the artist. The 1% of course being unless there are notable remnants of the artist's influence in the art. And what I mean by that is that unless there are questionable / controversial scenes in Rurouni Kenshin where you can go, oh yeah, this scene was clearly inspired by Watsuki's child porn addiction, then I think the art can be left as it is. For me, it all depends on if the flaws of the artists were major themes and inspirations for the art that they created. I think probably one of the best hypothetical examples I can come up with is this. I love Tokyo Ghoul to bits. I love the manga, it's one of my favorites. The anime, not so much. And Sui Ishida is one of my top mangaka. But if tomorrow it were to come out, if it would come to light that Sui Ishida had been dabbling in cannibalism for however many years Tokyo Ghoul has been out, then in that instance, I probably would never be able to look at a volume of Tokyo Ghoul the same way ever again. Because that is clearly a series where you'd be like, oh, Ishida actually ate people, you know, that's where he got his inspiration for ghouls and what. That would be weird. That would be something where I'd go, okay, I'm probably never going to pick up another volume of this series again because I would not be able to detach the art from the artist. But I think in Watsuki's case, you can still detach the art from the artist, and therefore they should be treated as separate entities. But that's just my take on the entire shindig. I want to know your thoughts. Do you agree with the points I put forward? Do you want to fight me over some of these points? Should art be treated as a separate entity exclusive from the artist? Let me know down below in the comments. You know the drill. Down below in the comments, over on social media, Twitter, Instagram, wherever you can find me, you can send me whatever your thoughts are on any of the points that I've put forward in today's video. Also, don't get used to this whole 2 videos in 1 week thing. Don't get used to this probably won't be happening anytime soon. Probably, maybe never. Anyway, you know the drill. Hit that like button if you like the video, hit that subscribe button if you really like the video and you want to see more of me. That means a lot. Wherever you are, I hope you enjoy your day or night, and as always, I'll catch you guys in the next one.